Hello everyone. Here I have a laptop and the issue is it does turn on no problem, but then after some time the computer just automatically turns off. I'll show you that going on there. I'm just logging in. Now laptops have been essential with the pandemic because all my kids are online and my daughter was using this laptop. It's an older version, but all laptops are very similar. And look at that. It just automatically just shut down. I'm like, what's going on? I tried replacing the RAM and that didn't do anything. So I figured that it was something to do with the internal circuitry there. So I'm going to show you how to fix your laptop. All laptops are very similar. The very first thing that you want to do is remove all the hard drive and the RAM, and also if you have a Bluetooth adapter there, just remove everything off of the bottom of the laptop. And there will be several screws. The newer laptops, they don't use as many screws, but they're more clip-on. But all laptops are very similar. On the very front, there'll be some screws underneath your keyboard. At the very top, you can just pry down with your flathead screwdriver, and then it should just pop off there. There'll be some little hooks there that hold it on, and then you can detach the ribbon cable that connects to the keyboard. The newer ones, they just kind of slide out, and there will also be a couple other cables and screws that you have to remove at the underneath the keyboard as well. So this goes to your keypad, and then there'll be another one for your CD drive and things like that. Now with that keyboard off, you'll be able to go around the outside and then take the bottom bezel off, and that will show you the circuit board underneath. Removing any CD drives there. I'm sure that new laptops, they don't have that, but this fix should work for any kind of laptop, because the issue is it's probably something to do with a connection on your motherboard, some motherboard issue, most definitely. And so I'll be showing you how to reflow the motherboard. It's quite simple. You don't need any other tools than a screwdriver and oven there. So after removing all the screws, the motherboard will come out. Now each motherboard is different but very similar. You'll have a CPU. In this case, my CPU is removable, and that's a benefit of having older laptops, is you can actually replace the CPUs. The newer ones, they have them embedded right on the board, but what happens is there's some loose connection either on your CPU or some other chip inside your computer. So this I can just remove there, and you can see that this has all the little connections. So the issue could have been that it was a loose connection on my CPU there. So this is what the CPU looks like. Now, as I said before, your laptop may not have a removable CPU, and it will just look like that. You'll just have to take off the heatsink. There'll be usually 4 screws on that, and then you need to remove any kind of Wi-Fi adapter and any kind of battery, if there's a battery on the motherboard, because we're going to be putting this into the oven to reflow it. Any kind of big heat sinks as well, you want to remove, because you want all the heat to go to the processors there and the little chips to reflow the soldering joints there. And there's a little thermal pad, so just remove all the thermal pads as well. So your CPU will probably be an embedded chip like this one right here, and those ones cannot be removed, but we're going to reflow it. So looking at the scope, I'll show you what we're doing. Each of those pads, they have these solder connections, and mine was really dirty. So the very first thing that you can do is just clean up your board if it has lots of dust and dirt. But these connections can come loose over time, so that's why we will be putting in the oven there. So I'm just using isopropyl alcohol, about 90% isopropyl alcohol there, and just take away all the dirt off the board. I'm just using a regular toothbrush and cleaning up that board there. You don't have to do this process, but mine was really dirty, so I wanted to do that. Just put it in the middle of your oven there, and then you can close the door. Put it at 200 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes, and then just let it go up to temperature. When it's done, take it out and then just reassemble it. So I'm putting back the battery, putting back all the heat sinks, and then I'm going to reseat my CPU. If yours does that, you can put yours back in, and connecting all the connectors the same way that we took them off. It'd be a good idea to take some photos so that you know how things were connected, because each laptop's a little bit different. And so there we go. I put it back together and I turn it on, and this is the same thing. Okay, I'm just going to log in and we'll see how long it lasts. So I put it on a little timer and I had no issues. It's going for 3 hours straight, not an issue at all. So I believe that this fixed it, and I hope it helps you out. If you enjoy repair videos, you can subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.